my name is Krista Brown, and I live here in Pottam with my husband Daniel and our 3 children, Daniela, Barrick, and Joshua. And today we just want to tell you a little bit about our home, what it's like to live in a jungle house and among a people who live far from any roads or the city, and what life is like that. Here in Pottam, we have no restaurants, there are no stores close by. So I want to tell you a little bit today about how we get food. For one thing, there's a lot that grows here, and we have all kinds of fruit, papaya, these are papaya and grapefruit that we've picked. We have lemon trees and orange trees and coconut trees. The people grow about 8 different varieties of bananas. We buy macaxeira from them, which is probably their main staple food. We buy meat from them, or fish. They have nice big gardens, so they oftentimes would like to sell us food so that they can buy some trade goods. As a mom of 3 children, this is the place where I spend a lot of my time making food. We eat Brazilian food, which is rice and beans, but we also cook a lot of American food too, because we're Americans. And let me just show you my refrigerator. Here it runs on propane gas, and actually this refrigerator is very old, and it just broke down before this big conference that we had this week. So I'm just kind of using it as an ice box. So every day I have to put 2 of these in here to kind of keep things cool so my veggies and my eggs don't go bad. And we make ice, and we have a chest freezer that runs on solar panels. So I'll show you in here in my pantry, this chest freezer. And so we have to turn it off at night though. We cannot leave it on all night because we don't have enough solar power for that. So that's where I make my ice to put into my broken refrigerator. Another thing, my stove also runs on propane gas, and I just have this propped open a little bit because I've got go to bed mints in here. This is a Christmas cookie that I like to make, and since it's December, I feel like making something that's Christmas-like. And this is a wood-burning stove, and we like to use this during dry season, which is right now. We don't use it quite so much because it's very hot, but in rainy season, when you want a hot shower, it's really great. We have this big pot. I fill it with water every day, and then the wood goes in here, and I light my fire, and then we have hot water in about an hour or so, hour and a half. So that comes in very handy. Another part of life that I'd like to share with you is we've homeschooled our 3 children, and let me show you where we do that. This is where our radio is. This is kind of the radio room and the school room. A lot of activity in here every day too. So we talk to our pilots on the radio every day. Really should have straightened this up here. But, and yeah, this is where we spend a lot of time studying and doing homeschool. So let me show you our shower here. So we take that hot water that we've heated up on the wood burning stove, and we bring it back here, and we can add it to the water that we get out of this hose here, and then we can have a hot shower that way. You can see these are where we get water from our well. So the water gets pumped by the solar pump into these boxes. Here you can see some of our trees. This is an orange tree right up here, and some of our coconut trees there. That vine that you see along the fence wall there, that's passion fruit, and we can make juice from that. That's a pink grapefruit tree there, and a yellow grapefruit tree there, and a lemon tree over there. Where we hang our clothes is down here. Dan made this roof for me because it rains a lot here, and this way I don't have to come out and worry about the clothes getting wet every time it decides to rain, which can be several times a day sometimes. So I love this little setup that he has for me here for my clothes. This is something that my kids have enjoyed growing up. My sons, they can go up to the top of this rope and down. And Daniel even uses it to do pull-ups. So this is used just about every day. Dan has done a lot of work to make it kind of custom made. And this is one of those things. He made me this trap door, and I can open it up, and there's my laundry basin down there to throw my dirty clothes down. And we wash clothes under the house, so the dirty clothes get thrown down there to be washed. Okay, one thing I want to tell you about is how we order food. The more organized you can be, the less you suffer, because you need to think about what you are going to need 3 weeks ahead of time. And so I have this checklist. It has all the different food items that I could possibly want, and I will highlight the various items that I know that we need. And then after I've got it highlighted and all the weights added up, because we can only ask for so much on these small planes, then I put my final list on this requisition pad, and it's these sheets that get sent to our buyer in the city, and he goes down list by list and buys the things that we need. And we do that every 3 to 4 weeks is how often we do that, and that's how we keep our food supplied up. That and buying from the people here. And yeah, so like I said, the more organized you can be, the better, because then you aren't missing something. You can't just run out to the store. You have to wait 3 weeks if you forget something, or borrow from your coworker, which you don't want to do all the time, because they might be low on things as well. These are just various things that I use. Like I said, in Brazil, rice and beans are something that Brazilians like to have with every main meal of the day, which is at the noon hour. And we make granola a lot because that's what we have for breakfast. And there's a little pasta here. This is a cappuccino drink that it's a mix that I got the recipe from a Brazilian. Dan and my main ministry here in Patamute has been teaching the Word of God. And so, for example, on Sundays, when he is teaching the adults, usually we work through a book, whatever book has been recently translated. Right now we're working on the book of Matthew. And so he will teach the adults, and I'll take the children down to the school and give them a lesson. And then on Tuesdays, we have ladies and men's Bible study, and then that's our time to have another teaching opportunity, as well as prayer time with the adults. And a lot of times the children come to that too, especially with their mothers. This week we've had the privilege of hosting a conference here, a Complé conference, and we got to invite some of the pioneer missionaries who came in the late 50s and early 60s and opened this post up and this work among the Yanomami. And so we're really looking forward to hearing the stories of what it was like then compared to what life is like and ministry is like here among the people now. So to plan for this, we've done a lot of planning of the meals and stuff. They'll be here with us for 1 week. So I have all the meals planned out, and my coworkers here too. I've got 2 other female coworkers who are helping me with this, so that we can hopefully give them a real pleasurable time here with us.